Angel Reese did things last night I'm not sure we've ever seen on a basketball court. I was like, is this real?
Angel Reese just had one of the toughest games of her career, and it wasn't just about the stats. She struggled on the court, losing control with reckless play and unnecessary roughness. Her performance left fans and analysts shaking their heads.
The Lunar Owls crushed the Rose BC, and Angel, well, she did some rather interesting things on the court. And Napheesa Collier, well, look now, one thing we could say, they are not afraid of Angel Reese and the Rose BC, because after hitting the game-winning shot, Napheesa had some real words toward.
But the highlight? Napheesa Collier had enough of Reese's antics and made sure to put her in her place in the best way possible. If you want a lesson in humbling a trash talker, you're in the right spot. Stay tuned as we break down every moment that exposed Angel Reese as a player more focused on theatrics than the game itself, and trust me, the stats say it all.
Angel Reese looks like a very dirty move under the basket.
Spot draws two, sling it, Reese!
Angel Reese entered the game with her usual confidence, ready to dominate. But it quickly became clear that she was more focused on showboating than helping her team. Instead of playing smart, she tried to intimidate opponents, threw reckless passes, and made one bad decision after another.
She's going to go in, and then after she hits it, she's going to bark her head off at Angel Reese.
Eight to shoot, Diggins Smith, matched up by Gray.
Right there,
to the ball. Collier
game winner, look at her. She's talking mad shit.
Queen Bee,
mad shit.
Angel Reese was on Napheesa Collier, giving her a bunch of frustrating balls.
Let's talk about the numbers, because they're downright shocking. Reese racked up 7 turnovers. Yes, 7. And these weren't just small mistakes. We're talking about some of the most unbelievable errors at the professional level. At one point, she even threw the ball straight into the backboard, rebounded her own pass like she was playing catch with herself, and then stood there looking completely stunned, as if she couldn't believe it either.
Reese rebounded her own pass. I saw this and was like, this can't be real. Angel Reese thought she was playing dodgeball out.
Reese's overconfidence backfired as she took some of the most questionable shots possible, missing badly. When she wasn't throwing up bricks, she was trying to play bully ball, shoving and body-checking Napheesa Collier in a desperate attempt to get inside her head.
8 for 16 for 17 points, 10 boards last night, 7 damn turnovers. Napheesa Collier right here, 7 of 16. She had 16 points, 9 rebounds, but she had the most important thing, the game winner last.
But here's where it gets even better. Instead of letting Reese's antics throw her off, Collier did what true pros do. She stayed focused and let her game do the talking. Every time Reese tried to get physical, Collier had the perfect response, lighting her up on the scoreboard.
I mean, Angel Reese is out there looking like a UFC fighter.
If you're a hoops fan, if you're a basketball fan, and you watch this, I don't give a shit if you are an Angel Reese fan. You can't tell me this is not egregious.
They're doing everything they have to do to sell this.
Angel Reese's frustration hit its peak with one of the clumsiest defensive moves of the game. As she tried to muscle her way into position, she lost her footing and flopped to the ground like a bad actor in a low-budget movie. The best part? The refs weren't falling for it, no whistle, no foul, just an embarrassing moment that left fans shaking their heads.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skills. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player. That's why she spends so much time half naked and taking pictures and promoting things that have nothing to do with basketball.
Social media didn't hold back, roasting Reese for her ridiculous flop. Fans were quick to point out that for all her talk about being a physical player, she sure went down easy when it suited her. It was yet another brutal reminder that while she loves playing the villain, she struggles when the pressure is on. Instead of stepping up and proving her dominance, She relied on antics that only made her look even more out of place.
Angel Reese, the content creator side, it's pretty clear basketball is her top priority. I cannot imagine how anybody could view this athlete in any other way. It's clear basketball is front and foremost. This is all helping with things like shooting better from the field and missing layups. She has no rhythm, just like she can't make a layup. Practice layups. Only fans in.
Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier stayed locked in, letting her game do the talking. She didn't need to engage in the nonsense, her performance spoke for itself. While Reese was flailing around and making headlines for all the wrong reasons, Collier was stacking up buckets, proving why she's one of the best in the game. Every time Reese tried to rattle her, Collier answered with pure basketball excellence. And just when it seemed like Reese's night couldn't get any worse, she made one final, laughable mistake. With a chance to help her team mount a comeback, she panicked under pressure and threw a pass straight into an opponent's hands. Another turnover, another wasted possession, another moment of pure humiliation.
I think Angel's more concerned about being an influencer, content creator, over being a better basketball player. This was her taking pictures, hanging out with some rappers and producers, etc.
You think you could get a bucket in this format, full court 3-on-3?
You don't think I can get a bucket?
Yeah.
If Angel Reese.
By the end of the game, the difference between the two players was undeniable. Collier was the definition of professionalism, poised, disciplined, and clutch. Reese? She was an overhyped player who let her emotions take over. It was a night to forget for her, but for fans who have watched her antics all season, it was just more proof that she's nowhere near the superstar she claims to be. This wasn't just another loss for Reese, it was a complete exposure of her reckless, undisciplined style of play. While she's built her brand on trash talk and drama, games like this prove why she's not in the same league as true stars like Collier or Caitlin Clark. The gap between talk and talent was on full display, and Reese walked away with nothing but another embarrassing defeat.
You gotta see this clip. Runs down court with the basketball, 3-4 steps ahead of everybody, has an easy layup, and throws it to the girl behind her. No skills.
So Lexi Hull's right here, right? She's going to come out here. She gets the ball, going to pass it into Angel. Look at this, folks. That's Lexi Hull. Wide ass open. Does she get the ball? Angel not only did not pass the ball back out to Lexi Hull, but she missed another.
Angel Reese, never one to take responsibility for her mistakes, quickly went into damage control. Instead of owning up to her reckless play and poor performance, she deflected, blaming everyone but herself, the refs, her teammates, the coaching staff, even the court. Everything was at fault except the one person truly responsible for her disastrous night. It was classic Reese behavior: act tough, play recklessly, and when things fall apart, play the victim.
Keep going. It's hard. It is hard. To live my life isn't easy. And I don't want to get emotional, but that's why I put the work in every day, because there are little girls that look up to me. There are the college girls that look up to me, and just being able to be an inspiration every day. So that's why I just try to keep going through all the negativity. At 22, it's hard living this life, but I'm grateful. I'm blessed. And I'm lucky to be around this group, and being here in Unrivaled has just been the best thing for me.
Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier and the Lunar Owls were celebrating, and rightfully so. Collier did exactly what a true leader does: stay focused, play smart basketball, and deliver in the clutch. She didn't need cheap shots or trash talk, her game spoke for itself. While Reese was flailing around and arguing with the refs, Collier was leading her team to victory with poise and precision. And when the moment came to silence Reese for good, Collier sealed it with a game-winning shot and a well-earned celebration right in Reese's face.
2 weeks into the season and Unrivaled is struggling to sell out a studio that seats 800 people?
At some point, TNT Sports is going to be like, we ain't making no money because we ain't got no ratings. And I mean, they don't have any ratings, and she's not pulling them. She had a game last Saturday, didn't even make 80,000 viewers. This person said you complain about everything. Professional life is different, and you can.
And let's not forget the internet. Social media had a field day with Reese's meltdown. The memes started rolling in almost instantly, with fans roasting her 7 turnovers, missed layups, and that final possession blunder. Some even joked that she was trying to set a record for the most embarrassing plays in a single game. One tweet summed it up perfectly: Angel Reese talks like she's Shaq but plays like a YMCA hooper who just learned the rules. Others pointed out that her entire game relies more on unnecessary aggression than actual skill, and this performance was just more proof of that. But here's where it gets even worse for Reese. The WNBA is watching. Coaches, analysts, and even her own teammates are starting to see the pattern. Her reckless play isn't helping anyone, it's not winning games, it's not improving her skills, and it's certainly not earning her respect from the league's top players. Instead, it's making her a liability. If she doesn't adjust soon, she might find herself getting fewer minutes, or worse, becoming just another overhyped player who never lived up to the talk.
Some sportsmanship, seriously. Now, she's still acting up and running her mouth right here. She's pointing out, look, you're running your mouth. Get out of here. The referee said, I'm not listening to your smart-ass mouth. Get out of here. Unbelievable. Black History Month. Y'all know I had to be the first. Seriously. So she just claimed that she got thrown out because she's the victim of racism.
When it's not going well for you, claim racism.
She came out, made it about race, and got right.
Let's be real, this was supposed to be a new era for Angel Reese. She entered the WNBA riding a wave of hype, marketed as a game changer, someone who could bring energy, attitude, and dominance to the league. But here's the problem, being a true game changer requires skill, discipline, and leadership. What we saw from Reese in this game was the exact opposite: undisciplined, careless, and at times, downright embarrassing. Now compare that to Napheesa Collier. She doesn't need antics to prove she's one of the best. She just goes out there and dominates the right way, with skill, composure, and leadership. She took everything Reese threw at her, absorbed it, and then hit her where it hurt the most, on the scoreboard.
Reese is never gonna improve her basketball skills. Check this out.
I see you miss layups just like they do and everything, but forget them. You know, I mean, I miss layups too. So, I mean,
everybody miss layups, but they can't get mad if I get the rebound, box me out.
Yeah. Don't be mad because your fade didn't box her out. That's what I say. Period.
I see your miss layups like they do, but forget them. What the do you mean forget them?
The contrast between Collier and Reese couldn't have been clearer. One played with maturity, the other with reckless arrogance. One let her game do the talking, while the other ran her mouth as her game fell apart. And in the end, only one walked away with the win: Napheesa Collier, the true star of the night. So, what's next for Angel Reese? If history tells us anything, she'll likely double down on the excuses, play the victim, and act like none of this ever happened. But the truth is, she got humbled in the worst way possible. The only question now is whether she'll actually learn from it, or if this is just another chapter in the never-ending saga of Angel Reese getting exposed.
This is why Angel Reese's game is never going to get better, y'all. Her mom telling her this, and her fans are the same exact way. Zero accountability, bro. Imagine this, y'all. You playing basketball in front of the whole world. People have been constantly criticizing your game, and you messing up on the court. There's all this film and everything about what you need to do better and what you're messing up on. And your mom is just sitting here telling you, well, forget them. Just forget them, bro. Like, that's terrible advice. Like we see why Angel Reese is the way that she is. Man, look at how her mom is just talking to her, telling her just forget them, bro. But then y'all are so mad that the world doesn't like her and talk so much about her.
As for Napheesa Collier, she just reminded everyone why she's the real deal. No theatrics, no drama, just pure skill, composure, and a winning mentality. And after this game, one thing is crystal clear: Angel Reese is no Caitlin Clark, and she's definitely no Napheesa Collier either. Reese can keep running her mouth, but at the end of the day, basketball will always expose the truth. If she wants to be taken seriously, she needs to focus on improving her game instead of flexing after every rebound like she just won a championship. Until then, she'll remain nothing more than a loud distraction, while players like Collier and Clark continue to cement themselves as the true future of the WNBA.
Oh, everybody misses layups. I'm so tired of this everybody misses layups thing. Yes, a whole bunch of basketball players miss layups, but people are not missing layups like Angel Reese, bro. Fact. Statistically the worst finisher in the league. So that means you're last and at the bottom. So that means you're the worst and nobody is missing like you are. God, this is not rocket science. Angel Reese GPA holders, bro. This is not rocket science, man. This is amazing. Y'all just cannot keep it real with this girl, bro. That's why she looks like an Unrivaled. That clip that just came out with her getting blocked by Breanna Stewart like 3 times or something, and then she finally made this shot, bro. That's why her game looks like it is not even improved at all, man.
As the final buzzer sounded, Reese did what she always does, looked for someone else to blame. She shot a glare at the refs, shook her head in disbelief, and acted like the game had been stolen from her. Never mind the fact that she single-handedly sabotaged her team with 7 turnovers, reckless fouls, and a complete failure to deliver in clutch moments. Instead of owning up to her disastrous performance, she walked off the court with the same entitled attitude, refusing to acknowledge that she had been completely outclassed.
Oh, you gotta box me out to get the... Bro, you should be making the shot, bro. Instead of sitting up here talking about, oh, people aren't boxing you out and all of this bullshit. Like, if you make the shot, bro, we wouldn't be even sitting up here talking about these rebounds and over and that bullshit, man. But it's crazy, bro. It's crazy I came across that clip. I just saw somebody post it today, and I'm like, damn, bro. No wonder this girl does not take account of...
The reaction was brutal. As Reese walked off the court, fans let her have it with a wave of jeers, and social media wasted no time tearing her apart. Clip after clip of her worst plays flooded the internet, with fans highlighting just how badly she had been exposed. One minute, she was flexing and acting like the toughest player in the league. The next, she was the punchline of endless jokes. What was supposed to be her moment to shine had turned into an absolute disaster.
Of Angel Reese, Barbie, are upset by commentary from YouTube videos and social media platforms. Angel Reese posted, using my name for clicks is literally a drug. We give people what they want. Whatever they want to see. I'm not allowed to talk about her missing layups left and right, but she can go on her podcast and talk about Caitlin Clark or anything else that she wants to, but her supporters, they're mad. Could you hit a rim? Could you not airball to the thousands of people that's watching on TV? It's a pretty poor looking product on television. The announcer simply pretended Angel Reese airball on the 3 didn't.
Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier had the last laugh, both on the scoreboard and in the eyes of the basketball world. She didn't need trash talk or cheap shots. She just played smart, disciplined basketball and sealed the game with a clutch, game-winning shot. While Reese was busy trying to act tough, Collier proved that true dominance comes from skill, not antics. This game wasn't just a loss for Reese, it was a reality check. She walked in thinking she was the star, but by the end of the night, she was nothing more than a punchline. And here's the real problem for Reese: this isn't an isolated incident. Time and time again, she has relied on theatrics instead of real skill. She tries to intimidate opponents rather than outplay them, but when the competition gets serious, she folds. This was her moment to prove she could shine on the big stage, and instead, she crumbled under pressure. So, where does Angel Reese go from here? The tough girl act is wearing thin, and after this humiliation, people are starting to see through it. Fans saw it. The media saw it. Most importantly, her opponents saw it. If she doesn't change her approach, this won't be the last time she gets exposed. What do you think? Is this the beginning of the end for Angel Reese's tough girl persona, or will she finally learn from her mistakes? Let us know in the comments, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.